Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. The Steelers lose to the Cardinals 24-10 in a type of loss. But it's not really a super duper, our record might make it seem like an upset. But if you look at our play, we only average six. The Cardinals average more points per game than us entering this game as well. Also they averaging more, I think, offensive yards than us too as well in this game, which would kind of make you say, how your record is like that? Because the Steelers didn't turn the ball over a lot. And this game right here, what happened? The Steelers turned the ball over, and that's what in your own red zone, and you cause a lot of mayhem to happen. But also, this game right here was a little wacky. The first drive was actually a pretty good drive. I know they finished with a field goal, should have been a touchdown, but it was a pretty good drive. Go out there, we seen the big catch, 38-yard catch by George Pickens. You seen Najee Harris with some nice runs too on that drive as well. But then finished with the field goal. But then you see like later, kind of in the game, you see how the team kind of like lost themselves a little bit, and then also to a certain point that the game turning point where the Steelers went for it on fourth down, which I don't mind going for it on fourth down. I would have preferred, so they probably kind of figured and thought that you was going to run it up the gun like that. I wouldn't have preferred us to be in like in the formation of coming downhill and not being in a shotgun formation to run the football. They kind of already figured that you probably going to run the ball. Is 1 yard to get, but I don't really trust Mason Cole like that, so I probably would have just decided to maybe do a fake play action to tie it in over top or something like that, a little trickery a little bit. But I don't mind them going for it on fourth down. But you can't allow a 99-yard drive down the field. I know someone had penalties on some of that drive as well too that kind of hurts you as well. But you can't allow a 99-yard drive down the field for them to get a touchdown. But which just made it 10-3. But then the delay happened, and we get the ball back, and you start going down the field. Mr. Trubisky come in because Kenny Pickett hurt himself on that play scrambling in. I didn't know his leg hit the little wraparound at first until I seen they showed a replay, and then you see Mr. Trubisky come in and the bobble snap. I know the snap was low, first of all. Mason Cole has not been playing good this entire season. He had maybe a few games here and there. You might say, okay, he did solid, but he hasn't been playing good at all this entire season. He's been like either solid or bad like that. He haven't kind of like brought the O-line to the new level. That's why it's kind of hard for us to run the ball up the middle sometimes because he doesn't block anything. Like he's like get overpowered by everybody. So hopefully the Steelers can find a new center next season. I don't know this season we can find anybody unless you try to put somebody off the bench to start over him, but we're going to see how that shapes out. But Mr. Trubisky, the ball was very low. Now, in most situations, quarterbacks, it's already raining out there. We already have the delay. It's raining and stuff. Most time when the ball like bobble low, you they just fall on it. Just take the 5-yard loss like that, so you won't have anything crazy happen. You try to pick it up, and then you don't got a certain amount of time, so I pick it up and stuff, and then you got boomed and stuff. I would prefer him to do the method that most quarterbacks do, just fall on the ball like this, just fall on the ball like that, and just take the 5-yard loss. But he tried to pick it up, and then they end up scoring another touchdown and made it 17-3, and it was still doable. Remember, the Steelers came out after that second delay, and they got to the red zone, and they should have scored a touchdown that time. That would have made it 10-17, give you some momentum. They went for the field goal. I would have preferred you just go for it on 4th and 5, might as well. And went for the field goal, and the field goal was missed by Boswell. You kind of knew once Mr. Trubisky got in the game, I kind of figured that we was going to lose this game because I don't know the last time Mr. Trubisky got in when Kenny went down, we won. I think probably was the Bucks game of last year. That was like week 5. And they just went I think Kenny Pickett went down with a concussion or shoulder injury. It was a concussion, I think, against the Bucks. Like they do one touchdown in that game. He went down to concussion. But besides that, all the other games that Mr. Trubisky came in when Kenny went down didn't go so well. The Jaguars game, the Ravens game from last year, and then now this game too as well. But so I kind of figured that this game was not going to go so well once he got in the game. And also just the way that the game kind of failed like that. I thought the Steelers was riding too much on the high horse. And like we had 400 yards of offense, was very good, but we only scored 16 points. We could have had probably 23, maybe 27 points, and we execute more in the red zone. So entering this game, you probably thought like, okay, the Steelers only got to like fix a few things. They got to go out there and fix, make some tweaks in some of the plays and executing the plays in the red zone so it can be putting up maybe 24 plus points a game like that with the defense that's only allowing 18.6. That might have went up today after the 24-point game. It might be up to 19 now probably. But the defense is only allowing 18.6 entering this game right here. So you kind of felt a little confident like that. But they kind of got away from everything they did well. Everything they did well last game. They ran the ball well. They ran the ball very well and ran the ball often and very effectively and mixed and match it with Najee and Jalen Warren. This game, they ran the ball a little bit, but they start getting too pass happy, very pass happy, and start slinging things down the field, and then turn the ball over. The Steelers is one of the fewest teams with turnovers. I think they are the fewest team. The Steelers only have 10 total turnovers for the whole entire offense, like throughout the entire season. That's why we have a winning record, because you go out there and turn the ball over. Of course, no, we're not scoring a lot of points, but when you don't turn the ball over, you help your defense up, you help your team out, and you keep yourself in the game too, and you just keep it close and go out there and win it. But we knew eventually the defense was going to get gassed out, washed out a little bit, especially with the delays. You got to stay warmed up and stay juiced up. And we kind of figured that this game was a little wacky once I seen like players doing things they're not accustomed to doing. We're seeing pass interference calls. We're seeing players getting mossed down the field, tight ends getting wide open. We're seeing people miss tackles, and a lot of different things is happening. A lot of penalties too. Usually the Steelers defense does not play like that, and then the offense, even though the offense had its struggles throughout the season, they usually at least would be like, they'd be solid, especially in these type of circumstances right here. They'll run the ball well and effectively and stuff. I feel like the Steelers just went out there and tried to play a style that wasn't theirs, a style that wasn't theirs at all. They went away from all the things that was well, like. You look at the last week game, you look at this week game, especially look at the defense. The Bengals defense is better than the Cardinals defense. We all can agree upon that. The Cardinals rushing attack, I think rushing defense is like 31st or 32nd in the league. Their passing defense is like 28th in the league or something. And you look at all the things that happened. The Rams rushed for like 200 plus yards on last week. The Steelers came in the game and they ran the ball effectively. You seen the first quarter, Najee Harris averaging like 5 yards per carry, and Jalen Warren averaging like 7 or 8 yards per carry in the first quarter. But then you kind of shy away from all that and say, let's throw the ball, let's get pass happy, throw the ball down the field, and sling the ball down the field, and doing all this wacky and weird stuff that kind of mess your team up and mess the trajectory of the game up and the control of the game up too. Because when you run the ball, you can affect the entire game. And plus, the Steelers is a run first team, a power run scheme team. I'm going to run the ball and keep pounding the football maybe 35 to 40 times a game. But this game right here, they went away from all that and tried to get a little too crafty, a little too cute, and you see it came back to bite them. Now, looking at our schedule, you got the Patriots next, who are a 2-10 team, but the Patriots defense is doing a good job. They had a lot of teams under 10 points. They just can't win the game. Their offense just can't score. So we're going to see who can outscore each other. This game right here, I think the Steelers should find a way to win this game against the Patriots. This loss right here is a bad loss, but it's not the end of the world. I see people talking about fire the whole coaching staff, fire everybody. Now the coaching assistants the coaching staff do need some upgrades, like from the offensive line coach, the offensive coordinator too. We might need to go out there and look at some of those coaching trees of Kyle Shanahan, the quarterback coach there with the 49ers, the quarterback coach with the Eagles, the quarterback coach with the Rams, like go like with Sean McVay or Matt LaFleur, one of those quarterback coaches with them to help like produce the quarterbacks. You see how well they're doing with Jordan Love. Look at Jordan Love numbers. Matthew Stafford's a veteran though, but still look at how they're able to do things, and look at Brock Purdy numbers. Look at all these different quarterbacks numbers. Let's go out there and get one of those guys to be our offensive coordinator, or a highly graded college level guy. Like I'm talking about like big level college, not like Matt Canada from Maryland. I'm talking about like big level colleges of like Alabama. I'm talking about Alabama, Washington, Oregon, those big level colleges like that. Georgia, those colleges like that, where like they have like, okay, all these big top level guys who are playing with some big top level competition and developing players. But I would prefer us to go out there and just get somebody who's already in the NFL. I feel like it'd be a better approach. So go out there and get one of those quarterback coaches from one of those big teams that's developing quarterbacks well to help this team out. And a lot of people are saying like fire Coach Tomlin. That's not going to change anything. Because I'm telling you guys, keep saying fire Coach Tomlin. I don't want Coach Tomlin to go, but if Coach Tomlin was to leave, just to see the look on the Steelers fans' faces, the ones who keep saying fire him, to see us go 4-13 and then get a first-round pick, and still next season go 5-12, and you'd be like, oh, Coach Tomlin was not the problem, right? Coach Tomlin was actually the guy keeping it afloat. It's a reason the Steelers had a losing record before Coach Tomlin signed on. Remember, I think Coach Carroll last year, what we went like, it was like the Steelers went like what, 6-10, 7. Cause they had like, it was 6-10, it was 7, and it was something like that. They had like I think a below 500 record before he got here like that. Ever since Coach Tomlin's been here, we've seen go out there and execute, make plays. Of course, you're not going to win a championship every time. I know they won a playoff game since 2016. Like I know, but if you look around the league, there's a lot of teams that will die for the success we have. Of course, we know it's the standard is being championship level. We haven't lived up to that standard in quite some time, but it takes time, take patience. Before the Steelers, I see some of the old school Steelers fans talking about like the Steelers fans of this generation are a little spoiled and stuff. He said that like some fans are saying like I was in the era before they even got before they even got Bradshaw and Mean Joe Green, all these guys, when they started like balling and winning championships. I was in the era where it was like a lot of losing. Like they're firing guys left and right. I was in that era, so I seen even worse stuff than what this is. This right here, at least y'all winning and still getting in the playoffs. Maybe might be one and done in the playoffs, but at least you're still winning and still a team that's like at least capable of watching. But back then it was like, hey, come on, man, like that. So if you kind of compare it like the errors and stuff, I know it's a little bad. I know you want to see us go out there. We want to go out there and win championships and stuff. We want to see another championship too, of course, in this decade. But takes time, takes patience. Like that, we're trying to develop a young quarterback. We're trying to develop these young core players. It's kind of like my Miami Heat. I remember a few years ago when people were saying, fire Coach Spo. Coach Spo, fire him. The Steelers and Heat are very similar teams like that. They're all about grit, grind, and toughness. Coach Spo is a two-time NBA champion. They coached in like what, 5 or 6 finals out there. He's one of the best coaches to do it. Top 5 in playoff wins of all time. One of the best coaches of his generation. They was voted him top 75 anniversary thing. They voted him top 15 coach of all time. He's a future Hall of Famer. Y'all want to fire him because of the I know because I think one period of time with the Heat from like 2015 to like 2019 or 2020, the Heat didn't like get to the finals or win championship. We still won the championship, but we got to the finals a few times and just fell a little short in the finals. But a lot of people were saying fire him, but he stayed. He got the team afloat. The team was maybe above 500 a few times, maybe one game below 500 a few times like that. You know, basketball is 82 games, so it's a little different. But he kept the team right there with it like that. And then he got the young core that he needed. And then he used that young core and he went out there, got a superstar. And then players emerged and started developing well. And now you see the team out there with championship aspirations. Went to the finals last year, fell short. Went to the finals a few years ago before too, fell short. But they in the championship window right now. I feel like the Steelers kind of in that same boat. I know this football is different than basketball, but they're kind of in that same boat. Just got to go out there and just be consistent. We need guys to just step up and make plays. Now, this game right here, we've seen a lot of guys do uncharacteristic things. A lot of things happening. Injuries piling up. TJ Watt getting banged up. We've seen Atlanta Roberts getting knocked out the game. And you see his impact. A lot of people like to talk about Atlanta Roberts can't cover, he can't do this like that. But you see his impact. Once he got out the game, you see how the Cardinals was able to run that football very effectively. James Conner going out there getting 100+ yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground in his homecoming game back. You see Atlanta Roberts' effectiveness out there in the field. They ranked them number 1 and run, I think rushing attack defense like that, getting down there, getting downhill and stopping the run. And you see why he's so effective. And so he played well in his defense too, because the Steelers defense is built for that too. So he played well in his defense. But you see how much impact he brings to the team. So we need to make sure he come back healthy and come back to play. I know Thursday is a short week and stuff, but we're playing against the Patriots. You got to go out there and beat them. I know the Patriots always somehow find a way to beat us, but we should be able to go out there and beat the Patriots. We have lost 2 out of our last 3 games. We got to find a way to get back get on the win streak. Go beat the Patriots on Thursday. They're going to have Bailey Zappi probably starting. Like they go out there and hit them hard, sack them, get some interceptions and stuff. Defense, if you have to score. Let's find a way to win this game so we can stay afloat. Because right now, I think we dropped down from our 5th spot in the playoffs. Texans beat us. I think the Colts in front of the Texans too. The Colts won their game too. So the Colts might be in front of us now, or unless they like around. I know the Texans in front of us for sure. So I think it might be Colts at 5th. Texans at 6 and the Steelers at 7 or 8, depending on if the Browns win or lose against the Rams today. The game is still going on, so we have no idea. But we got to find a way to win on Thursday. It's a short week. We need Kenny Pickett back. I feel like if KP never got hurt, we probably would have found a way to win that game right there as well. But we got to find a way to win this game on Thursday. It should be simple. Run the football. And what else? Run the football. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is run the football. All you got to do is go open up so much more stuff. You see how effective the run game is? Why do you shy away from it? Like, I see that like all the time. Like you run the ball so well, getting all these yards. You say, you know what? We are getting like a lot of yards. We're getting almost like 8 yards per carry so far in this first quarter. The second quarter, how about this? We throw the ball every down. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know who thought of that idea, but they need to get slapped in the back of the head. But hopefully the Steelers can find a way to mix it up, run the football, and win on Thursday to go 8-5. A lot of fans saying all this crazy stuff. It's not over yet. We got still a lot of hope. Still a lot of hope left like that for the playoffs as well. I already knew the Steelers wasn't going to win out. Although I said, people asked how many games you win in the next stretch. I said they probably can go at least 4-2. I said we can at least go 4-2 and be 11-6 or 12-5 ish around. I think 4-2 or 4-1. So we kind of figured they was never going to win out, be 6-0 and go 13-4. That's not going to happen. But you kind of figured that, okay, at least at least go maybe 4-2 or 5-1 over the next 6 games, and at least be 11-6 or 12-5 entering the playoffs, and that'd be a winnable record. But right now we 2 games behind the Ravens now, so we need the Ravens to lose one, and we play the Ravens the last game of the season, so we want to stay on float and want to win the division, so we can at least get a home field game. The people of Pittsburgh want to see a home field game. They want to see us playing there. They don't want to have to travel across the world trying to go watch the goddamn playoff games. So can we give the Steeler fans, Steeler Nation, what they want, and just go out there and play fundamental football and play our style of football, and that's running the football. But that's all I got for this video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.
Now, is this going to be a pop type music or a straight music?